Hello, you guys. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and tonight we're gonna check what is ahead of us through the through my personal favorite show, which is What Do We Need to Know? And I'm sorry. And first things first, what we're gonna check out it is the collective message. So what we all do need to know, and the cards for it, which I drew a few hours ago, just so I can have them for the thumbnail. You can look at them at the thumbnail themselves. I'm going to show them to you anyway. So the first one that we do have, that is a Three of Pentacles. Afterwards, it is the Three of Swords. And then the last card we have, that is the World. Those three. And it's pretty obvious from these cards that we are talking about a cooperation, fruitful discussions that are ahead of us. Or in other words, what we do need to know, it is that the cooperations, the teamwork, I would call it that way, that we are currently going forward with, or we are about to enter in some sort of a partnership, some sort of collective endeavor, it's going to pay off. And with that World card next to the Three of Pentacles, it pretty much speaks that that is going to be everything we will ever need in order to get the job done, so to speak. And through this cooperation that is ahead of us, we can expect quite of a support to come our way, whether financial, whether moral support, whether, I don't know how to put it into words, that kind of support that allows us to have to use connections here and there. And so this is something that we do need to know, that the teamwork we are involved in right now is going to lead up to pretty favorable ends and means as well, which also will be something like can I put it into words, affliction of our minds. Because with that Three of Swords to the Three of Pentacles, this is a signature of finding it hard to believe. Okay, finding it hard to believe that things with our partners, whether business or intimate partners, are going so well. And the reason for that mental stature, so to speak, finding it hard to believe, it is because this cooperation that we're going to have ahead of us, that partnership will be quite reminiscent to a failure of the past. Okay, a similar partnership, similar relationship, similar business cooperation that it just simply did not make the cut. But that doesn't mean that this one ain't going to. Okay, because Three of Swords, it's a tricky card. It makes you believe that, or it makes thou believe that thy efforts are just not enough, which isn't true. It's just, it makes you believe in it so you can quit. And that's something that should not happen. My point here is that when this partnership takes place, it's going to be easy to lose ourselves in thoughts of that we either don't stand well or we do not deserve it, and so on and so forth, which is going to be wrong. So we have to kind of like mentally power our way forward and try to negate those negative thoughts which are going to twist and tangle within our minds. And that is the collective. So hopefully we all will be able to withstand this mental barrage that is going to try to smother us down. And Now, a few notes about the show. There are going to be 12 readings, one for each star sign. I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to run the ecliptic here. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, all the way up to Pisces. And these are going to be readings for the star signs. So while they're going to affect you to a certain extent, depends on how prominent one or the other star sign it is within your natal chart. They very seldom happen to be the direct answer to your questions. So use them as a point of reference, use them as a guidance rather than anything else. But if you do wish your personal situations to be a subject of my readings, you can always go to my website, which link you will find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show, you can support us either via Super Chat or via PayPal. Link of it you will find as well in the description down below, and for anyone who does so, we'll have a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much guaranteed, just like Yasmin did with $20 Taco, thank you for the $33.33. News Devon, thank you for the £5, and as well, hold on a second, Mattia, thank you for the $20 as well. Thank you guys. Thank you all. Let me put you all into the list now. All right. So starting up first, we have Aries in our hands, and you can track which star sign I'm reading for by the glyph being on my right hand side here. All right, so first one for Aries, we do have the High Priestess, followed by the Page of Pentacles here. And the third one, oh my God, that is going to be the Hierophant. Well, there could be so many things with this message. And it's a really good one. Now, for one, just in a general sense, in a general shade of the message, is that things are going to go very well about your work and about your life. Having that High Priestess with the Hierophant being next to one another, it pretty much states that things are going to move forward in their ordinary way, right? So you ain't going to face any problems at work that are going to jeopardize your position. You ain't going to face any problems in your personal life that are going to jeopardize your position for the next few days, that is. Okay. What is more interesting, it is the other elements of dignity of the High Priestess in the Page of Pentacles. Those two cards. And in a general sense, what they mean, it is that you are about to discover a gold mine, right? Some kind of a huge project, for example, that is going to be of a tremendous worth, right? That is a enterprise or endeavor of a tremendous worth for you, and is going to last. It's pretty much is going to stick out there. And most likely I have already started. So that is most likely a thing, something that you are just starting or you have recently started And right now the worth of it is starting to emerge from beneath the surface. Now, the more specific interpretation of these two cards, it's about friendship transcending into a real love, right? So just don't be surprised if a friend you have divulges feelings for you in the next few days. They will be, at least according to these cards, they will be genuine and very, very deep. All right, so that was Aries. Moving next, we have Taurus. Seven of Wands, Queen of Cups. It's Six of Cups. Excellent. So these three cards. Hey Anna, welcome to the stream. Right, for Taurus, what do you need to know? It is that you do have a or at least couple of things. Our first one is that you do have a mole, I believe, how you call it. You know, someone that is from your team but actually is working against you. And it will become pretty obvious very, very soon when you start seeing that things you kept in discretion are now starting to spread around where they're not supposed to be spread. And it's very important that you do address this issue right away, because it's going to escalate pretty quickly, and shits are about to hit the fan with a rapid speed. So as soon as you do see that where that leak is coming from, you have to address it right away. Now, the other thing that you do need to know is that there will be a situation in the next few days for you that is going to be simultaneously a breakthrough and also a test of morals. Because what happens it is that within the next few days you are going to end up with the perfect window of opportunity. And under perfect window of opportunity, I mean that with one shot you can hit pretty much all the targets in the bullseye. Now the problem is going to be within the shot itself, because the shot itself will contain an act or a decision or something you must do that is not going to be, you are not going to be pleased with it and with yourself doing it. So you will have a choice to make here, whether you take the shot and be a winner or stick by your morals and lose. So it's a nasty choice. But sometimes, as you know, we just have to come by those and kind of like do the most out of them from a situation. So that is what you need to know, Taurus. Moving next, Gemini. Anna, thank you for the $20. Thank you, Anna. Let me put you into a list. Justice. Knight of Cups. the moon. Gemini are going to have a bit of an easy time for the next few days, for at least what those cards are showing. And you know, as far as these reading is concerned, because what you need to know, guys, it is that the message here is that you have no pressing issues. Okay, you have no pressing issues, so you can pretty much catch up your breath and recuperate, should you so choose. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have issues ahead of you. Okay, in fact, according to these cards, there are quite many of them, in a sense of that if you do so desire, you can pretty much fill up all of your schedules, or all of your schedule. But the points and what you need to know it is that none of them is pressing one, and if you do need time to recuperate, you can definitely afford that. And what is going to be pivotal for the next few weeks for you, because this reading extends up until then as well, is that you are going to get exactly what you deserve for as long as you are accountable first and foremost towards yourself, right? So take under an account whether you do need to take a break or whether or not. And pretty much that's what we do have here. Now there is another message, and it comes from these two cards, guys, and it kind of says that right now it is not ideal time to really press the things you want to push forward. So it is best if you do really take it easy, as the period itself will allow you to have an easy time. All right, moving next, we do have Cancer. Hold on a second, guys. All right, Cancer. Hello, Yarabi. Six of Cups, Ten of Swords, and we do have the Hermit. It's a pretty cool message with these three cards. So first and foremost, what you need to know right now is that a time is approaching where the things you will do at work, for example, or within your social circle, within your life in general, are gonna be meaningful to you. So they're gonna make sense. They're gonna happen to be substantial for your future development. Very, very substantial, and that itself is gonna bring you a lot of joy doing them. So what you can expect and what you need to know is that at least for the next few days, your work is going to give you pleasure and you're going to look forward to it. Your meetings are going to do so the same. It's very possible also within your social experience to start meeting with people that you will actually gonna like, not just only emotionally and mentally, but also physically. So that is also a pretty potent period where you can find a match should you happen to be single at this point. And you may wonder, well, wait a second, we do have the Ten of Swords here, right? So that has to be bad. And the Ten of Swords actually is next to the primary card, which is Six of Cups. We do have a passive neutrals, and the only thing it shows it is that nothing should be final, or nothing can be final within the next 3 weeks, or within the next few days, I'm sorry. So what that means it is that if you do decide to do something and consequently you see that it's not something that suits you, you can pull off, you can pull back, okay? No pressure there. No, it's not a blood oath, what I mean, okay? You gave your word, for example, that you're going to do something, you see that it's not beneficial along the way, you haven't gave your blood oath in it, so you can pull back, because at the end of the day, what matters it is that you find yourself in a good place and a place that it is substantial for you. All right, so that was for Cancer. Moving next, we do have Leo. Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles. So these are the three cards we have for Leo. A long story short, they show that there are going to be better times. So what is likely to happen within the next few days, guys? It is that within an aspect that you strongly believe in, okay, and under an aspect, I do mean an undertaking, I do mean an enterprise you're running in right now, or you're running about right now, is going to have a bumpy ride. Long story short, for some of you is even going to be hitting a wall. Okay, can't be proceed forward, at least right now, at least at this given stage. But that is just temporary. That is what you need to know. It's just temporary, and after the next few days, it should start running its course normally. And the other thing that you do need to know it is that it's worth sticking up with it. Definitely does. And most likely that is related to a person, or rather a person is in the center of it. For example, okay, it's an undertaking where you are partnering with someone about a project and you just can't get through to that individual. to get on the same page with them. So it's a bumpy ride, and that is just for the next few days. After that, you should start working normally again, and this partnership is going to happen to have a tremendous work for you. Or you're going out with someone and you just can't kind of like, how can I put it into words? For the next few days, they will kind of like happen to be a bit distant for one or another reason, or just the dating isn't going to go according to your expectations. So it's a bumpy ride there, but that is just temporary. Okay, after the next few days, is going to recollect itself, so to speak, and is going to get back on track as well, and still is something that is going to worth your while. So just don't give up hope yet on a person of a strong dedication and devotion. That is how you're going to recognize them, that they are quite dedicated, quite devoted to the enterprise you both have, and simply, okay, that's going to be, again, a thing that is going to work out in the future. Right, next we do have Virgo. Page of Cups, Death, Ace of Swords, those three cards. So what you need to know it is that there is a person around you that is changing their opinion and position towards you in a positive light. But still, what you need to know it is that they can't put the finger yet what kind of a role you see them as in your life. So it will be well appreciated, at least from their behalf, if you do take the time and explain that to them. Now that could be a child of yours, it could be a person you're going out with, right? Or it could be a colleague you have, and you will recognize who that individual is through, well, that is the more can I put it into words? What was the word for it? Okay, I'm gonna use that one. So it's more accurate that way, but it is harder to spot. These are a people who do not care much about the details. All they care about is what could happen at the end, right? All they care about is the result. How they're gonna get there, that doesn't matter, right? So for example, you're going out with someone and they don't care about your behavior, they don't care how you dress, they only care that you can be family one day. That is just for example, okay? And that is how you're going to recognize them. Now the second criteria that you can recognize that individual is that they are willing to make compromises on things they see that doesn't work in between you two, and through it they are going to start changing and adopting their position towards you and their opinion towards you toward a favorable one. And under a favorable, I mean an opinion that will allow them to have a future with you, but still they will not gonna know, again, because we do have that Ace of Swords there next to them. It speaks that they cannot put exactly a finger how you do see them standing within your life. So again, it's going to benefit you greatly, Virgo, if you do take the time and the liberty to pretty much divulge, you know, your view and pretty much place an accurate diagnosis on the situation in between you and them. All right, next, that will be Libra. Judgment, Two of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So what you need to know, Libra, with these three cards is that you do have a very, very strong momentum right now, momentum of ambition. So this is mostly a business period for you, or a period of a personal development rather than intimacy. These cards, well, they can reflect to it, but it's very seldom. Bottom line is that you have a very strong momentum of transforming whatever ambition you do have into a quite of a powerful drive moving forward, or in other words said, to push your ambition and start materializing it, start manifesting it moving forward. You're gonna have the necessary means, let's put it that way, in order to make that thing happen, or the perfect alignment of the circumstances in order to make that thing to happen. Now, one thing you need to know, it is that it's not gonna manifest itself, I mean these circumstances, exactly as planned. So it will require from you a bit of adaptability. It will require from you a bit of a to be agile with the circumstances around you and to think on your whim, which, at least according to these cards, you're not going to have any problem whatsoever to do so. And another thing that you need to know, it is that you do need to have a little bit more fun, guys. So I don't know, organize some kind of a social event for you, like going out with friends, or spending a night in the bar or in the disco, whatever your thing is. But these cards speaks that having a bit of fun, it's not gonna hurt you, just on the contrary. All right, next, that will be Scorpio. The Hermit, Three of Swords, Two of Wands, that is like not being able to work out from the first try. But it's gonna work out eventually. That is what we Scorpio need to know. Because what these cards speak, is that we're going to have a lifeline in front of us. And this is not a lifeline of saving, but it's more of a lifeline of improving. Okay, so a lifeline to improve, whether to improve business, whether to improve financial situation or financial state, whether to improve personal life or intimate life, whatever the case. But we do have a lifeline here of a or a milestone here of a improving, and the first try is not going to work out. Well, it's going to work out to a certain extent. There is going to be a margin of victory there, but not exactly. We cannot say that that is a success, at least from the first try, like I said. And this is going to be a test of our resolve. How much do we need it? How much do we want it? How much we are going to grapple on this lifeline? And some of us are going to let go of, which, you know, I can't say what's going to happen after that, because that doesn't mean the doom and gloom. But definitely those of us who let go of that lifeline are going to miss on a really, really good addition, because we're not talking here just only about improvement, but an addition to our lives, which is going to make them much more important for us. And for those of us, if there are any, that have lost the will to live, because, for example, they have lost everything, or they think they have lost everything, that's going to be one thing that are going to make them want to live. So either slowly, progressively, or even all of a sudden, they will find a worth of life, or at the very least, the worth of life is going to increase for us, only if we do not let go of that lifeline. Right, next, Sagittarius. Four of Cups, Two of Wands, King of Cups. For Sagittarius is really easy interpretation. You're going to be offered a better option in front of yourself. Whether that's going to be a better job, whether that's going to be a better position, a better, it's a better a variant of moving forward. Alternative, which is going to be much better than what you do have in front of yourself right now. And this alternative is going to regard a deed, an undertaking that is already going very well for you. So from a very well, you can expect your things to move immaculate in that regard, where this offer is coming your way. And when that offer comes, you will have to work really, really hard in order to decline it or to deny it, because just off the top of your head, you are going to find no reason to do so. It's simply there will be no disadvantage to it. So things for you are going to start developing even better than they are developing right now, in the regard that where that offer comes about. All right, Capricorn. Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, the World. Well, first and foremost, the World and the Six of Swords strongly suggests that it is not over yet. by a large margin. In fact, they say that right now the whole thing is going into a uncharted territory. And well, pretty much what they stated is the desperate situation requires a desperate measures. But these measures, they do need to align with your agenda. So what you need to know, it is that your agenda that you thought it's over, it isn't. Or that you thought it's over with it. Not because you completed it, but because you may have think that, something put a stop to it. It isn't. But it does require some, well, not that, let's not call them desperate, let's more call them a Hail Mary. Right? You just need to do something that no one expects, especially those which are putting your agenda on hold right now. But what you need to know, it is that this uh, enterprise is far from being over. You haven't even started yet, for what it seems. All right, next, Aquarius. Nine of Wands, Page of Wands, Ace of Cups. Well, guys, I don't think that you're gonna like that message. I mean, people usually don't. But what you need to know it is that right now for you, happiness will not gonna come because you deserve it. It's gonna come because you are gonna take it. These, what you need to know is that the next few days, even next few weeks, if you will, are a days and weeks of action, personal action, solo action. This is the moment where you either make it or you either break it. And if you do not know about it, nothing's gonna come out of it. This Ace of Wands, no, Ace of Cups, I'm sorry, to the Nine of Wands that we have, it says exactly that happiness is not gonna find you. You claim it simply through your actions, or rather through your adjustments. This is more of a adjustment. You have it within your grasp, but you have to adjust your day-to-day routine or your schedule or your lifestyle in order to incorporate that happiness within your life. And with the Page of Wands to the Nine of Wands that we do have, okay, first off, these two cards speaks that what is going to shape through your adjustment or out of your adjustment is going to be something brand new. So you will have to expect and be open for anything new to form your life. And the other thing that they do speak, it is that you are unaware right now how strong you are, and through this adjustment you're actually going to find out that you can handle a lot. But bottom line here for you, Aquarius, it is that now you do claim the happiness. You do not sit home on your couch waiting it to happen. Yarabi, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Yarabi, let me put you into the list. All right. Uh, and last but not least, Pisces. Knight of Cups, Nine of Swords, King of Swords. So this is how the thing stands. And what you need to know is that there is a individual there that it is little by little mustering strength in order to approach you. So for one or another reason, whether you have something or you yourself is or are everything they want at that stage. You may have something that it is everything they want, or you may be the person that it is everything they want at that stage. Obviously it depends on what kind of a situation you're in, and they're mustering the strength right now to confront that with you, to confer that with you. But there is another issue here, and that is with the King of Swords being next to the Knight of Cups as a prime card. And this is about benefits. What I mean, it is that if this thing happen, if this thing work out, whether with a business incentive, whether with a social incentive, whether with a romantic incentive, how this is going to work out for both of you. Because with the King of Swords being there, that person is not exactly certain, let's call it what it is. Are you going to be a dead weight in their lives? Or are they not going to be a dead weight in your life? And that is a question that needs to be answered for both of you before actually the real interaction takes place. And that is what you need to know. All right, guys. So this was for the 12th. And now going with the super chat forward. Let me just pull out the other cards, which are for a personal readings. And let me have a smoke, because the nicotine starvation really gets me. By the way, you probably are noticing that I'm not having my electronic cigarette anymore. And I'm going to tell you the story why that's the case. So a couple of years ago, I start getting something like a dandruff, but on my mustaches. Okay, so right here is like, it was like dandruff peeling off. My skin was peeling off, and I went to, dermatologists and whatnot, and every single one is putting me a different diagnosis, psoriasis, and you name it, and it's kind of like it's bazillion ointments to suffuse my skin with. And at the end of 2023, the government pulled back the liquids for the electronic cigarettes because they are about to make them a government regulated. There are a couple of products which are government regulated, and they have something called banderol. The alcohol is government regulated, and the cigarettes as well, the tobacco products, are government regulated, and they have banderol, which is that thing here on the box. Okay, that means that it is government regulated, and they are about to make the liquids that way, but it was about to take couple of months in order to run all the procedure. So I had to find a alternative to the electronic cigarettes. And the only thing that is not going to make my place smell like a dumpster was that product. And what do you know it? It vanished. The dandruff thing here, the peeling of the skin vanished. So that condition was completely provoked from whatever ingredient was there in the liquid of the electronic cigarette. And it is a specific case to me because my best friend, it is smoking just as much as me, if not more than me, electronic cigarette, and he doesn't have that condition. So it's something with my organism that is reacting to that thing that it is in there. And I'm stuck with that thing as well, which I would prefer the electronic one, but I wouldn't jeopardize my health for it. All right, so Yasmin, you're first. Yeah, it's some kind of an ingredient within the liquid that, you know, I became allergic to it because I was smoking that cigarette for many years, okay, maybe 10 years, and this thing started to happen for the past couple of years. And it's not all the time, okay? It's once a week. It kind of pops up for a couple of days, it peels off, and then for a few days it's not there. But I tested it because they released the liquids, and I bought some, and as soon as I start smoking it, it starts appearing again. I mean, that dandruff thing, the peeling of the skin starts to happen again. And when I stopped it, it abated, it diminished again. All right, Yasmin. These are your cards. We're talking about money here, or a making of money, probably with a relative of yours, a family member, so to speak. It could be a cumulative business, or it could be one-off thing. But what we have, it is a developing of a unfound potential in between you as in someone you know very, very well, that is gonna last for a very long time and is gonna bring you an income, is gonna bring you money. And those money you will find that you can use in order to manifest whatever dream you have. That is what the card says. Now, I don't know what kind of a dream. You may have a dream to buy a house, to buy your own home if you don't have one. And this cooperation with your relative or someone you know very, very well is going to provide the means to do so. But you, Yasmin, are about to have your life being calmed down, at least from a sense of a monetary security within the next few days. So I don't know, that looks really, really good. I mean, really, really well-developed partnership that is in front of you, which again is going to bring you a monetary resources. That is what you need to know. So if a cousin, an aunt, a brother or a sister you do have or I don't know, your father or your mother, if they're around, offer you some kind of a partnership in the next few days, take it. Because what you need to know is that it's going to be very fruitful. All right, next, Taco. All right, Taco, these are your Lenormand cards. Sorry. These are your Lenormand cards here that we have. And they speak about final meetings with with elders, whether your mother or your father, final meetings, because what's going to come out of them with the tarot card, it is pretty much a closure. That's going to be the final, let's put it that way, the final negotiations before the future becomes crystal clear, and everybody is going to be set in their place, so to speak. Whether something good or something, let's put it that way, something pleasant or something unpleasant is going to come out of them, well, that depends on how you're going to lead those negotiations. Pretty much right now, either way is possible. So I don't know if you do have a scheduled meeting with one of your elders or some of your elders, but if you do, or if you are to schedule one in the next few days, make sure that you do have your arguments ironclad and very well tied, because that's going to be your last chance to get your points across. But the best case scenario here, at least according to these cards, it is to provoke a major change in opinion, in position, and actually to bend them to your will. That is the best case scenario. The worst case scenario, it is to limit your options for the future. One of the two, so play your cards right, mate. And the advice how to do so, it is just do not overstep your boundaries, okay? Respect your elders, honor their, so to speak, power, and you should be fine. All right, next, that will be Mattia. Well, Taco, I hope you get on top of that. All right, Mattia, these are the cards. Hopefully. There is a leech, Mattia. I mean, at least according to these cards, either there is going to be, or there is right now a person who is whether leeching, commingling, embezzling money from you, or is about to start. Well, so basically we do have someone that is robbing you out of certain resources. Now that doesn't mean that they are robbing you for a big amount of resources. That could be an employee that is embezzling money, small amounts, but still. And through making a revision, that is pretty clear here with the Emperor that we have and the Ace of Cups being the primary card, breaking out the comfort within your business, making a full revision, taking a full control over not just only your business, your finances, because unfortunately that would also be a family member, or it could be a friend of yours that has an access to your finances. But making a tight control and full revision, you will find out who that person is, because at least according to these cards, Mattia, they are doing it for quite a while now. So, or now that I think of the top of my head, it could be something like that. Okay, they ask you for money for a certain reason, like for example, they're telling you that they are sick or their children are sick and whatnot. They're asking you for money, and of course, you have a nice heart and kind of like you are giving them money out of compassion in order to help their children. Next thing you know, they are gambling all these money in a casino. So that is like stealing from you, is it not? So make a full revision of where and how your money are going, especially when it comes to working with people and people that are having access to your finances. All right, next, Anna. Hail Mary. It's an American term, I believe. Hail Mary, it is with that is the last resort. That is when you are so with your back against the wall that you do the one desperate attempt that nobody expects. That's the Hail Mary. Like, for example, say you are charged by the government for a federal crime, and you apply to run for office for political immunity while nobody knows who you are. Okay, you have no political career, and yet you are trying to run for office for the political immunity so you do not get convicted. That's a Hail Mary. Hello, Angel. All right, Anna, those three cards. Someone is going to be really pissed of your success. That is what you need to know, and this is going to provoke a serious argument and fights and disagreements, and it's very likely that that could be someone from your family. Okay, that is what you need to know. And subsequently to it, what you need to know, it is that you are on the right track with your growth and with your development, with your success. In fact, you are about to start making a rapid progress in terms of a personal and business development as well. Basically, what you need to know is that you have found your niche, and the more people that your growth pieces off, on the more right track you are with it, at least for now, according to these cards. But definitely brace yourself, because your success is going to make people disgruntled, is going to make people pissed off, is going to make people mad. But you are going to be successful within the next few days to a couple of weeks. Very, very successful. All right, next, Yarabi. You're welcome, Mattia. I hope that it's not something serious. All right, so these are your cards. Yarabi. And it's about some kind of a payment that is going to be delayed. So wherever you are expecting money from, at least according to these cards, it's unlikely that they will come on time or in full amount at one payment. Okay. And this is going to provoke you being quite, well, let's put it that way, is going to flash out your ingenuity here. And you're going to come up with a few alternatives, with a few options available for yourself. And one of them, or few of them, is going to be actually quite good. So you are going to ride on a temporary monetary setback here that is going to actually make you think of a better ways to make money and of a better ways to live and to move forward. And also is going to make you realize that there is a aspect that you are making a living from, that you cannot rely on forever, but is going to be the situation is going to be temporary. What I mean is that while there is going to be a delay of payment, the payment is going to come nonetheless. So your temporary financial struggle or discomfort will make you again come up with a ways how not to be in that position anymore and make more money than you are making right now. So that is what you need to know. Just don't fall in despair. Again, if you face certain difficulties with your finances within the next few days to a couple of weeks, that actually is going to be to your benefit in the long run. Thank you, Angel. All right, and last news, Devon. So let's see what was your inquiry here. I'm pretty sure it was for Lenormand. What is the universe sending my way? Those are your Lenormand cards. They speak for a long-term delays when it comes to your home, your housing. So, for example, if you are looking to rent a house or to buy a house, you're going to come up to a conclusion that it's not going to happen anytime soon because simply market. Or they alternatively could speak that some kind of mundane problems are going to emerge that regards your house, which are not going to be an easy thing to, you know, um, deal with. For example, a nasty neighbor, for example, a leakage that is going to take a lot of work to remove. Okay. The thing about such kind of a questions, News Devon, is that while you do get to know your future, you do not get to understand it. You do not know how it's going to happen. No one is supposed to, because it's something we are meant to experience. And maybe next time you are going to enlighten us on what that was, these difficulties you're going to face about your house. Or maybe you are applying for a mortgage, say, and there is always going to be something, okay, that is going to delay your mortgage allowance that you will have to deal with. But again, these are delays, these are not stops. So while they're going to be long lasting ones, they can be overcome eventually. So don't discourage. And that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as well, thank you so much for your generosity. Hopefully we're going to see each other next time, and until then, bye.